Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
And he will take a knee here. So per the new rules in 2016, this will be brought out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback from the University of Georgia. It's Matthew Stafford.
Another Texas quarterback. And there's something about these guys. They take a lot of pride in competing amongst themselves about who is going to be the one who puts up big numbers, lead their team to victories. And Matthew Stafford has always put up the big numbers. Now he's for success in the regular season and, of course, getting to the playoffs.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And a first carry of the game here for Trey Mason. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. They'll run again with Mason. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He gets it to Whalen, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They're led out by a man who amazingly is in his 15th NFL season. It's Josh McCown.
I don't care what era of football that you are interested in, you will always find those veteran quarterbacks who hang around a long time because they can do everything for you. They're always going to be able to get you in and out of the huddle, run your offense, make plays for you, and also understand how to accept roles and help other people develop.
To the air on 2nd down. McCown steps away to his left. And Jones has it over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Throwing on first is McCown. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being good at all, my thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
To throw is McCown. He's going to float this one deep, and this is caught. They give him a gain of 38. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now a play fake here on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run for it with Martin. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have...
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Now Stafford. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And over the middle, this is Parker. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they explored.
T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. Touchdown, Carolina. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. Take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
On first down, Stafford here. And left side here, it's Graham. 23 yards on the play.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up in the top shelf.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Devontae Parker with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down. Because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Third and 1, McCown wants to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
They do go for it. It's McCown. They find some open field here. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So some early intrigue here with my good friend Charles Davis. Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Second down, 9 yards to go.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. And for K'Wan Short, the questions about his motor really went away in 2015. Boy, what a season he had.
17 tackles for a loss last year, and, of course, give him another one right there. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on third down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Stafford now to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. A beautiful fake. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. A gain of 3, second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Here we go now. That's in that party.
Throwing is McCown on third down. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. First down, here's the run with Martin. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Now McCown. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Steve McClendon able to get him for a loss of about 3. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
On third and long, it's McCown. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Vance Walker in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Second down following the run.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
Laura, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. And Graham's got it over the middle. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Got a man complete. It's Chris Hogan. And they get 28 yards on that one. And the Saints are going to get a first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the red zone now, Stafford. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Trey Mason. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And over the middle, this is Parker. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down. So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
Luke McCown and the offense heading out for their next possession. You know, normally he's probably happy with how he's playing. He's playing pretty well, but in the second quarter, you look up your team's losing. I don't think any quarterback's satisfied.
Not at all, and what they're really seeking is how do I play even better and inspire my teammates to do exactly the same in order for us to get back on top on the scoreboard. That's when you find out you have a quarterback. If they're just satisfied with their stat line,
they're not really a leader.
Not at all. You just have a guy playing the position.
Well, problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still first down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. One receiver left is Hilton. They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 54 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Let's go.
McCown now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
McCown will try again on second down. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalposts. And that will do it for this first half. So nothing separating these. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. And trotting back out there now, this Saints defense. While we may be tied, this crew, they could tighten up some here in the second half.
I think the word at halftime was enough. Because that's what defensive coordinators always say. All right, we're still tied. We're doing okay, but enough. No more points given up. So let's see what adjustments they've made, or if they just increase their play to the level where they don't give up any more points.
They'll be trying to keep them at bay here on this drive. Throwing now is McCown. Forced out to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got great field position, obviously, to start this drive. Tie game, do you maybe go a little riskier here with that great field position?
I think some guys look at it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devontae Parker with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. And he puts it through. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, receiver won in a big way.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And his kick is right through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Hogan, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have moved out in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down Panthers. And the offense moving quickly to the line. The count now on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Tight end's left. 4 down, check, 4 down.
McCown throwing on 2nd. And this is incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Stephen Tulloch. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. but it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's Stafford. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And Graham's got it over the middle. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And that'll be incomplete. The veteran James Jones, the intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
To the air on second down. McCown. They set up the screen to Martin. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. And he fires one, but incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Mason. Oh, nice move. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Stafford. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he's brought down after a good gain. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Carlos Dansby leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle. The 2 defensive tackles are in.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Trey Mason, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Akeem Spence in there to get him his second.